My father passed away in November of 2011, and at that time I'd been seeing my boyfriend, and I was pregnant, but because of the circumstances, I just pretended like it wasn't real. I didn't want to deal with it because I had so many other things going on in my life that I had to be responsible for, that this extra thing just was too much for me to handle. So I pushed it way far back in my mind, just pretended like it wasn't there. Went along with my business, my school, was in dance classes, I was in a musical when I was pregnant, and just living my life trying to handle everything that was going on and take care of myself and not this other thing that I needed to do. So I was 22, and I was around February, and a lot of my friends at school started to notice some changes in my body, and I had noticed that it was starting to become more apparent that I was going to have a baby, and it would be more difficult for me to try to mask this huge thing. And all of my friends sort of got together, and they were all worried about me, and they were talking about me in a way that was pushing me away from them, and I was scared to reach out to them even though they were trying to help me. They were sort of ostracizing me. And a close friend of mine came to me, and apart from all of them, and just said, "I'm here for you. We can do whatever you need to do, whatever you decide. I have no judgment. Let's do this." So we went to a bunch of different clinics in the area, and I finally got an ultrasound and found out that I was 7 months pregnant. And I was sitting there laying on this table they had just done the ultrasound, and this nurse who was working there was my age, and now she was just holding my hand telling me, "It's going to be okay, it's going to be okay." But all I could think of was, you have no idea what this is going to do to my life. And I sort of took a breath, and the doctor told me, "Well, you have to have this baby. There's no way, there's no other option." So I walked away from that experience trying to take it all in, figure out what I was going to do, just twirling all of these ideas in my head of what was the foreseeable future for me. And it took me about 2 weeks until I mustered up the courage to write this massively long email to my mom and my aunt, and my roommate actually had to come in and press send for me because I couldn't do it. And it was that moment he clicked send until I got a phone call from my aunt, and I was so nervous, but all she could say was, "I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm here for you." And it was so, I don't know why, but it was so astounding to me, just the outpouring of love that I was receiving from her and my mom and just everybody else around me. It was all love, and I was so scared. And then I realized I really didn't have a reason to be scared based off of like the decision I had to make. I ended up being scared more about the physical action of having the baby, not what everybody else would perceive me as. And then from there, it's sort of just the ball started rolling. Like, well, now what can I do to take care of this? What do I want to do? Adoption is obviously the option that I chose, and I thought it was the best for me in my life. And so we just started looking for ways to make that happen.